The cast iron skillet. Sunday mornings in Margaret's house always started the exact same way. Long before the neighborhood woke up, and just before the paperboy tossed the Sunday edition onto the dew-covered lawn, she was standing at the stove. In her hand was a heavy, black cast-iron skillet. It was as smooth as dark glass and heavier than a bowling ball. This wasn't just a piece of cookware. It was a quiet witness to family history. Margaret's mother had bought it at a local hardware store back in 1934, right in the thick of the Depression. That pan had fried countless Sunday chickens, baked hundreds of batches of golden skillet cornbread, and somehow managed to stretch meager pantry rations into a feast for a family of 6. Margaret dropped a square of butter right into the center of the hot iron. It hissed and bubbled, filling the quiet kitchen with a rich, familiar aroma. She poured in a ladle of thick buttermilk pancake batter. As the edges began to crisp, she heard the hallway floorboards creak. Her granddaughter, Sarah, stood in the doorway, wrapped in a college sweatshirt and rubbing the sleep from her eyes. "Smells just like home, Grandma," Sarah smiled, pulling a stool up to the kitchen island. Sarah was moving into her very first apartment next week, heading across the country to a busy city with too much traffic and not quite enough stars. Margaret carefully flipped the pancake, revealing a perfect golden brown. "You know, sweetie," she said softly, "when your mother left for her own place, I made sure she had a good skillet. Next week, this one goes right into your moving box." Sarah looked at the old, blackened pan, her eyes widening. "But Grandma, that's your favorite." Margaret slid the warm pancake onto a plate and set it in front of the young girl. "It is," Margaret agreed, wiping her hands on her apron. "But a good pan like this doesn't do anyone any good sitting on a cold burner. It needs to feed people. It needs to hear new stories." She smiled, tapping the heavy iron handle. "Besides, you won't need to worry about the recipe. Nearly a century of love is already baked right into the iron."